Okay, so it seems I have more questions for DC, and not just DC, but for Warner Brothers. So here I am again. If you haven't seen my previous video, basically everything I said there, I echo here, all the same, and it's the same thing I said. So if you have not heard the latest news, the new Batwoman movie starring Leslie Grace of In the Heights fame is canceled basically. And there were some reports of saying like, oh, it didn't test well, or oh this, or oh that, and I don't know. But for one thing, if it didn't test well, there's reshoots. And another thing, remember what happened with Han Solo when the people behind Lucasfilm did not like what Lord and Miller were doing? So guess what? They fired them and hired Ron Howard to basically redirect the whole movie, basically. So there's precedent in Hollywood of them either getting new directors or doing reshoots, rewrites during the filming process. These people, they film stuff and they watch the dailies every single day to see if a scene works, if it doesn't work, do more takes or whatever. And the fact that this movie has been done for quite some time, and the fact that they decided now to cancel it when it was in post production, they probably do special effects and VFX, all that stuff. But when it comes to like principal photography, the cast was done with the movie. And so, this is very upsetting, and I'm not sure where this is going. And people are looking like, oh, it's going to be restored to Snyderverse. No, it's not. They are not going back to that bullcrap, okay? The whole thing with Snyderverse and all that was Snyder Cut was just basically dumb. Okay, it was dumb. It was stupid. It's never going to happen again. That's the reason why we're in this situation in the first place, because Warner Brothers wanted to rush and they relied too much on one person's vision of a whole cinematic universe where it could have been diverse. And now we're in this mess right now. And the fact that the Flash movie has not been talked about to be at least reshot or recast or canceled or whatever altogether says a lot to me. And it seems like with the head honcho in charge being like, oh, we need big event movies, we need to have known characters. Batgirl, people kill me. They're like, oh, Batgirl is not popular. Who in the DC fandom and whatever does not know Barbara Gordon? Oracle, The Killing Joke. I mean, anyway, it just baffles me the fact that Marvel could do a movie about Captain Marvel. Mind you, that movie came out after Wonder Woman. Wonder Woman, one of the most iconic female comic book characters of all time. The first movie did well. The second one, not too much, but the first one did well. And, it paved the way for Captain Marvel. Now, mind you, when you think of Captain Marvel, Carol Danvers, people did not know that character like that. And plus, there was a big hate campaign against Brie Larson. But guess what? That movie made $1 billion when it first came out. And speaking of Captain Marvel, the directors who are behind Batgirl did Ms. Marvel, the highest rated Disney Plus show on the platform. Or Marvel Disney Plus show, I should say. The fact that Marvel has come out with Captain Marvel, we had Black Widow finally after all this time, and we're getting to get the Marvels movie with 3 different female characters from different backgrounds, different ethnicities, and even I'm counting Disney Plus because that's with the MCU. Amal Vellani is going to be in the movies. We have Miss Marvel. We're getting to have She-Hulk. We had WandaVision. We might get a Scarlet Witch movie in the works. The Dora Milaje plays a big part in Black Panther. Strong Black women. We had, we're going to have Riri Williams have her own show. Echo finna have her own show. These characters, like Miss Marvel, Kamala Khan, Riri Williams, and Echo, her name, these are brand new characters. These are, like they're way younger than Barbara Gordon. Barbara Gordon has been around for quite some time. A very, very popular character. Okay, whether she is Batgirl or whether she is Oracle, Barbara Gordon is a very popular character. And you're telling me that Marvel is able to get a character like Riri Williams and Kamala Khan, who were just made not that long ago and already have Disney Plus, already have them in movies, and DC can't get their stuff together. And there's these new Discovery people talk about, oh, we want these big blockbuster showy movies, and oh, we can't trust Batgirl. What? I just don't understand. So what does that mean about, Batman? Because the Batman movie wasn't on a big, I don't think it was on a huge, big budget, maybe for advertising, but as for the movie, it was pretty grounded. So what does that mean for that? That was critically acclaimed. That made a lot of money. The same thing for the Joker movie. That wasn't made for much, and it made over $1 billion. So how does that work? Is that going to go forward? I mean, they already got their Oscar, but still, you had a lot of stuff in here, and everything, and you have to take advantage of it. And they're like, oh, we don't want to do streaming. And I'm like, well, Disney Plus seems to be working out for Marvel, and they're easily getting these characters from Disney Plus to the movies, and they're going to continue to do that and be successful at it. While, WB, even before this whole merger with Discovery was happening, were always wallowing. They don't have a DC Studios. They don't have their stuff together. They never did, and now they never will with this big Discovery thing, because any other character besides anyone who's in the Justice League is not going to get anything made from them, whether it be on a TV scale, streaming scale, or even a movie scale. We're going to stick with the same old Batman, the same Superman, the same this, the same that. What we've been feeding from this company, are feeding from this franchise for the past how many years? So many decades, a century of Superman reboots, a century of Batman reboots, over and over again. Meanwhile, people want to complain about Marvel and the MCU. We're getting introduced to brand new characters who were introduced like damn 5 years ago. And already Marvel's making content about them. Already. And Marvel didn't even have a chokehold on pop culture like that, like DC had for the past few decades. And they cannot get their mess together. For one thing I know, they better cancel the Flash movie. That's all I'm saying. I've been on the train. I'm not sure if I said this back in my Ezra Miller video, but either need to cancel that whole movie, or they need to recast. They still got time. They had time months ago when they pushed back the movie. Now they still got some time to recast, get Ezra Miller out of there, recast the role, reshoot, do whatever. You got time. You still got a little bit of time if you got more, if you did something earlier, but now you really need to do something. I just don't know. I really do not know. Okay? I really do not know. And people are going to try to turn this into a positive thing, like, oh, now they know what they're doing. It's like they were making big event movies. What was Batman v Superman? That was a big event movie, and guess what? It sucked. Man of Steel, big event movie, not good. Suicide Squad sucked. Both Justice League movies, not good. Snyder Cut and the Whedon Cut. Yes, I said it. Both not good. One is too long in the tooth, too many characters, too much story for one movie, even for two movies. I don't feel the stakes in either of them. And they want to do big event movies. They already tried that, and it didn't work. You can't come out. That's why Marvel had 10 years till Infinity War. And we got, like 3 years until Secret Wars. We can go that fast because it's been built up. We got the multiverse. We got all these characters built up from the previous 10 years. And we're getting new characters. DC or Warner Brothers don't have that type of plan. And really, for real, let me say this. WB, even before this whole thing, honestly, they were in competition with the Arrowverse, not the MCU. They were in competition with the Arrowverse, not the MCU. Because it was the CW that did Batwoman. It was the CW that did Supergirl, that did Green Arrow, that did The Flash. The fact that we never got a Flash movie ever in the history of ever is astounding, to be quite honest. And now they want Supergirl. Now they want The Flash. because of the popularity of the. I was like, oh, those characters do work, funny. It's just sad. They don't know what I believe. I'm in the camp that I believe they still do not know what they're doing. So we'll see if they turn around, but I highly doubt it. What are your thoughts? Bye, YouTube.